Hey there everyone, Happy New Year! So, at the beginning of December I threw out in various places that I was going to do a Q&A for New Year's. And here it is! I got a few really interesting questions to answer, and I'm gonna do my best to give you the answers that you deserve. Let's get right into it, shall we? Okay, so let's start off with a few single questions, because I will be splitting up questions later that ask more than one thing in the same comment. So, let's start with this one. Why don't you live stream? Well, there are a few reasons for this. The main ones being that since I'm located in Sweden, it would mean a lot of puzzling to get a time where at least most people would be able to watch. And that's not really compatible with my job and daily rhythms at all. Another problem would be that my internet probably wouldn't be able to handle that. Especially not since my fiance is using it at the same time, and we already have trouble when we do certain things. For example, I can't upload a video to YouTube using our home internet while he's gaming downstairs, because it makes his internet completely disappear. It throws him out of the game, it throws him out of TeamSpeak, because all of it is used for my uploading. And I don't think it would be possible. I haven't tried, so I can't be 100% sure, but I would think that it would be impossible for me to live stream and him to still be using his internet at the same time. Also, it would be very awkward to do it while he's home, since we have a tendency to run up and down the stairs and talk to each other every now and then, and a live stream would probably take up a lot more time than just me recording a video it does. So, if I'm ever going to do it, it will be at a time when I know that I have maybe a few days off work and my fiance is not gonna be home for maybe a day or two because he's off somewhere else. Then it might be possible, but I'm not making any promises, because as it looks right now, it's not likely to happen. Okay, next one. What's your New Year resolution? To be perfectly honest, I actually don't have one. This is actually the first year that I don't have a New Year's resolution. Because I never, ever keep them. I always break them. Last year's resolution I broke within a few days. Well, it became clear within the first month that I wasn't gonna be able to do it, but I had a feeling already in the first days that this is not gonna work. On that note, my last year's New Year's resolution was to get a handle on my social life. Or rather, I was gonna get myself a social life back, which I haven't really had in quite a while because of different things taking up my time, mostly work, since I have been working a lot. I have been working more than full time for the past few years. So I was gonna try and get my social life back, but that didn't quite work out the way I had planned. And I knew when the first week of January had gone along and I hadn't even been to see my mother, that was not gonna work out. So this year I don't have a New Year's resolution at all, because I wouldn't keep it anyway. That way it's better to not have one. Now this question was a bit interesting. Do you like singing? If you do, what do you like to sing? Or a better question, what's your top 5 songs? To answer the first question, yes, I do like singing. Actually, I love singing, and I do it quite a lot. I sing some little thing pretty much every day, but I only sing when nobody else is around to hear me. I've actually been singing most of my life. I used to sing in a choir when I was a child, and I think it kind of stuck. And I love music in general. I'm kind of an all-eater when it comes to music. I can listen to pretty much anything. So the rest of the question is kind of hard to answer, because what I sing and what I listen to and my favorite songs and things like that, they change. They change from week to week, sometimes from day to day. And it's hard to actually give a top 5 of my favorite songs, because it always changes. You can say this much as an answer, that right now I'm listening to quite a lot of people who are posting their music on YouTube. I'm listening a lot right now to Nate Wants to Battle, for instance, and I listen quite a bit to Princess Risu. I think they are 2 of my absolute favorite musicians or singers on YouTube right now. And most of the music I listen to at the moment are theirs, as well as some other people around YouTube like JT Machinima, Mando Pony. Those are the ones that come up at the top of my head, that I know that I listen quite a lot to. So if you haven't, check these people out. They are amazing. And yeah, that's pretty much what's in my playlist right now. These people. I don't think there is a little bit more of other music from outside of YouTube as well, but the majority are from these people. So go check them out. What's the best holiday memory you have? This one I actually had to think quite a bit on, because I'm not generally fond of celebrating holidays. So this was kind of tricky. But I think the best holiday memory would have to be when I had just finished compulsory school. When I was, 18? It must have been 18 or 19. I don't quite remember. When I went to India for 3 months with my grandparents, and we celebrated Christmas and New Year's there. and we celebrated Christmas just by going out to eat dinner at a restaurant and just generally having a pleasant evening out, not really doing anything in particular. They did have some special Christmas shows up at the restaurant. I remember it was something specific since it was in a tourist heavy place, so they did things like that, but nothing really special, just going out to eat dinner and spending time together. And I think that's my favorite holiday memory, honestly, because there was no frills about it. We didn't have to do anything special. It didn't have to become a big deal. So that's one. I really enjoyed that. Alright, now we get to the questions that more than one person wanted an answer to. So let's start with this one. What's some of your hobbies outside of YouTube? And what's your favorite hobby outside of YouTube? Well, except for gaming, which should be obvious, I do that quite a lot in my free time as well. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it on my channel unless I enjoyed it. So I do that quite a lot on my own time as well. But aside from that, I write quite a lot. Various things. I've written a bit of fan fiction in my days, and I'm currently working on a few different stories that I hope one day will be finished. But since I'm terrible at finishing stories, I just continue starting new ones and never get to finish the ones that I've already started. So I hope that one day I will finish one of my stories and will be able to show it to people. I also listen to music a lot. I read quite a lot. I enjoy movies, TV series, nerding out with my sister. Do that every time we meet, basically. We can sit for hours. So I'd consider that a hobby. She's like the geeky best friend everybody wants to have, and I couldn't ask for anything better. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I don't have much of a life, do I? Okay, so more channel-related questions. What made you want to make videos? Who inspired you to start making videos? And who are your favorite YouTubers? I'm bunching these questions together for a reason. So, do you have a favorite smaller YouTube channel? Well, to start off, I might have been slightly inspired by some of the people I watch, because I watch quite a lot of YouTube. Have done for years. Spend way too much time on YouTube. I wouldn't say that watching them actually is what made me finally take a step and start making my own videos. While I might have pulled inspiration from them, they weren't the reason that I started this. I don't really remember if I mentioned it when I started doing my Mabinogi series in the beginning, where my channel started. That the main reason I started doing that series was to stop do something new and stop myself from getting boring by taking other people along with me and making it a new experience for me. It did take me out of my comfort zone making these, and gave me a challenge, and kept my interest in the game. Otherwise, I'm the kind of person who plays a game for a bit and then gets bored. With Mubby, I've gotten bored of it several times over the years, but I've always come back. And I was kind of tired of going back and forth, so I wanted to do something new to keep my interest. And then it just kind of ended up that I started playing other games as well, and Mubby sort of fell back into the shadows and became something I do just once in a while, which is a pity, really, because it's a really great game. But I guess when I started on the Mubby and then built from there, figuring out what I was going to do, what I wanted to do, and kept pushing my own limits for what I was comfortable with. I'm gonna be honest here, it was a huge thing for me to actually take a mic, put my headset on, and actually start the mic and start talking to people, and then to take that and actually put it out there for people to see and hear. That was a huge thing. It pushed me way out of my comfort zone. I'm a lot more comfortable with it now that I've been doing it for a while. But at the beginning, that was a huge thing. And I think that's kind of what this channel is a bit about as well. Me going out of my comfort zone and actually putting myself out there for people to, well, not see, but to hear and to get to know and to figure out. And that's through my playing games. And that's kind of what's kept me going with it. And it was the original idea when I started, to get me out of my comfort zone, challenge me to keep my interest in the game I was playing. And it worked, actually. So that's good. With that, I do still watch quite a lot of YouTube, though I'm a bit more selective when it comes to Let's Plays, things like that, because if somebody I'm subscribed to and enjoy watching is playing a game that I myself want to play, then I won't be watching it until I've played it myself. So I'm a bit more picky with what games I watch these days, but on the whole, I'm still love watching them. I watch quite a lot of people, actually. So I'm not gonna list them here, but I watch quite a diverse group of people, actually, I think. I watch a few people I found on the small YouTuber Amino. I watch some of the bigger YouTubers like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, and yeah, I'm the kind of person, I think, who if somebody's videos looks like they might interest me, I will give them a watch and then decide if I want to continue watching, if it really did interest me. So I've checked out quite a lot of channels over time, and yeah, some of them stuck. As for a favorite smaller YouTube channel, well, I would have to say Noah. There will be a link on somewhere on the video. I'm not sure yet where I'm gonna put it, but to his channel. He does Let's Plays as well, and I actually found him through the small YouTuber Amino. So I quite enjoy several of his Let's Plays, actually. I greatly enjoyed the Music Box, Mario and Music Box Let's Play. So go check him out. He's an amazing person. So I would have to say him. I think he's the one I watched the most of the smaller channels. Yeah. I think that would have to be it for that question. I'm letting you know now. I'm not scripting this. I'm doing this right off the bat with the questions in screenshots in front of me on my phone and just answering whatever comes to my mind. So if it sounds a little bit disjointed, that's why. Alright, so I'm ending off with this question because this might be the longest answer. Might be, not sure. But what are your plans for your channel for next year? Well, starting off the year, I don't have that many plans, actually. I'm gonna keep uploading 2 to 3 times a week as far as I'm able. Continue. I want to give back a little bit more focus on the Mabinogi series. And I want to continue playing games that catch my eye. But at the beginning of the year, this might not be possible. Some of you might have noticed that during December it's got a little disjointed with my uploading schedule. I missed one Monday, I think, and yeah, it became a little disjointed because of time issues. And January and February is gonna be worse, probably, when it comes to time management for me, because during January and February I will be working 2 separate jobs, because the job that I have now, my contract for that doesn't end until the last of February. And the new job that I've been offered and am planning on taking wants me to be able to start already in January. So in order to work this out, we're currently checking schedules and things like that. But in all probability, I will be working 2 separate jobs for these 2 months, which means that my free time is going to be cut down a lot. I will still do my best to try and get out at least 2 videos a week, but there might be weeks where that's not possible. So if that happens, you know why now. And I apologize in advance if that's the case. But I'm gonna have to prioritize keep my priorities on the jobs during this time. After February ends, it should be getting better, because the new job will have a more fixed schedule than my last one. And I know that I will be having certain days off where I can sit down and just focus on recording. So it's gonna get easier from March 1st, but until then it might be a bit rocky. So you're warned. Otherwise, I haven't really thought about it. I do have one thing that I want to do, maybe. I am thinking of changing the name on my channel, the channel name, to something a little more catchy. But I haven't quite decided yet. I wanted to use one of the nicknames that I've used. I know I've used it in my Mabinogi videos. I don't know if I've used it anywhere else, but know I've used it to address my character in that. And it's also a nickname that is given to my avatar, which is Cutie Cat. And I've been thinking of maybe changing it to either Cutie Cat Gaming or simply CC Gaming. But I haven't quite decided yet. So if you have an opinion on my thoughts of changing and on the names I'm considering, please let me know in the comments, because what you guys think will probably be the tipping point in one direction or another, since I haven't decided for myself yet. Another thing that I might want to do during this year, although it will probably be a lot later in the year, is possibly getting myself some kind of web camera for my gaming PC and try out using a face cam. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm not sure I'm comfortable enough with this yet to take that step. But I've been thinking about it. I've been slightly considering it. So that's something that might happen this year. Not making any promises, but it might happen. I have thought about it. And if the time feels right, we'll see. Because honestly, I kind of enjoy this, being able to just sit down and record without having a care in the world of how you look. I can basically do this straight out of bed, just still in my pajamas and with bed hair and no makeup, and nobody cares because they can't see me. And I kind of like that, but at the same time, well, this channel is basically me challenging my comfort zone. And that would be pretty much the biggest challenge I could do to myself, is actually put my face out there. Because I'm not comfortable with cameras in any capacity at all. Even my mother has a hard time allowing her, getting me to allow her to photograph me, because I'm not comfortable with it. So that would really be a true test of my, pushing me straight out of my comfort zone and down a hill, something like that. But I have been thinking about it, and it might actually be something that I'm gonna be doing in the future. But I haven't decided on that either yet. So there are a lot of things floating around in my mind that I haven't actually decided whether I'm going to do yet or not. So actually, if you have any opinions on some of my plans, or if you have suggestions for what I should be planning for this year, let me know. And I will definitely take it into consideration. But I think that's it, actually, for my answer for that, and for this Q&A. That actually might have been a smoother ride than I was expecting. And, well, yeah, I'm just rambling right now. Like I said, I didn't script this out beforehand. I'm just answering the questions with whatever comes to mind as I read them. So if anything doesn't make sense to you, or if you feel that I didn't answer a question clearly enough, let me know and I'll try to clarify. And yeah, well, Happy New Year, guys. And I hope you all have a wonderful one. And I will see you in the new year. Have a wonderful New Year's. Bye.